Hey everyone, Rua here with this month's Ambuscade video. This is a battle I don't have on record, so I figured I'd make one for you. That's why there wasn't an upload from me for last month's, because I already had a video on record. This month's battle is against a Meeble who can call in for support from several helpers, unless you do something to reduce the chances of him doing so. The Meeble will also use Warble TP moves every 30 seconds, which you cancel out with a proper bar spell to counter it. It might be elemental resistance in general which stops them, but that needs more testing. The potency of the bar spell doesn't seem to matter, so you don't actually need a white mage for this. A good red mage or scholar can upkeep for the group, provided the geomancer is on point with those bar spell swaps. The key thing to do is to silence the Meeble as soon as you can. If you're using a red mage, they can do this pretty easily by themselves. Silencing reduces the chances of the Meeble successfully calling in for backup. He can still get his support crew out, but silencing him really reduces the chances of him doing so. You'll see various messages in the chat log about the Meeble's cry failing to reach his allies. That means he tried to call for help but failed. If he does get his helpers out, they're called urchins by the way, you need to deal with them ASAP, or they're going to pop both Soul Eater and 100 Fists. That'll deck your tank very quickly. Each Warble move inflicts status ailments associated with the element of the Warble. Thunder Meeble Warble, for example, inflicts stun and shock. Water Meeble Warble is poison and drown, and so on. The really dangerous ones are Blizzard and Stone, because that's paralysis and petrification. Your Geomancer should be able to see the moves readying and counter them with a proper bar spell. We were using Discord here to relay what was coming to Durden, in case he missed it. If voice comms aren't an option, then stick with Bar Blizzara or Bar Stonera. Those are the really bad ones. If the Meeble manages to get his helpers out, you need to deal with them quickly. Have your DDs peel off the Meeble leader and focus them down. Your tank is not going to last very long against multiple helpers using 100 Fists and Soul Eater. That takes me back to Kraken Club Dark Knight zerging actually. Wow, that's a nostalgia trip. You may occasionally see a Meeble Housemaker wander into range and go after the person casting the bar spells, kind of like the Goblin Bomber from several months back. The Housemaker will use Earthshaker, which deals 1000 points of damage per person it hits with it, so if more than one person is hit with it, it's probably going to wipe your party. You can cheat this mechanic by having the Geomancer run out of range of the party if they see the Housemaker coming. It's pretty easy to spot and avoid, and doesn't seem to happen all that often. Like I said earlier, White Mage is not essential for this, as the potency of the bar spell really doesn't seem to matter. Red Mage makes for an excellent healer here, as there aren't any large scale AoEs besides Earthshaker to worry about, which you should be avoiding anyway. Red Mage will also stick silence far easier than any other mage job, and will also speed the battle up considerably with its other enfeebling spells. The only other thing to watch out for is Drill Claw, which inflicts a pretty nasty max HP down on your tank if it connects. Remove it quickly to avoid them getting a quick death. A Rune Fencer with Batuta and Foil up is pretty likely to avoid it anyway, but it pays to know it's there. That's about it for this month's Ambuscade. Be sure to have a blast with it and I'll see you all soon enough.